Okay, now we're going to talk about the family. This picture is father and mother. The question is, are we mismatched? The couple of the family we call the parents, right? Before they going to be a mom and dad, the personality of individuals matters. So this personality can measure. We familiar with the this, right? This, okay, dominant, influence, steadiness, and compliance, right? For instance, this graph, the person who has personality of I and D, influence and dominant, rather than steadiness and compliance, so they have only influence and dominant, I and D. Okay, each personality we can explain by the Y and X axis. The Y axis we separate in upper and lower. The upper is outgoing, the lower is reserved. Okay, on the right hand side is task oriented, and the left hand side is people oriented. So for the four perspective, we can separate personality in four types. First one is dominant. Dominant, the personality of they focus on result of the work, of the efficiency of the work, and he or she quite direct, okay, direct and competitive. They love to competition. Next is I, we call influence. Influence is the personality of enthusiasm and friendly, optimistic, right? Positive thinking. And next is S is steadiness. Steadiness is sincerely patient and modest. Is a very warm person. Last one is compliance. Compliance is a characteristic of accurate, cautious, and contemplative. Okay, I show the picture that try to explain the dominant, Jamyut, influence, Dara, steadiness, Sirani, and compliance, Risi. Okay, compliance, Risi. Okay, this picture can present, and we use the personality test in the research as well. I and my master degree student do the research and use this as the independent variable in the Mincerin equation, and I applied to the happiness in terms of how long that the couple they maintain the marriage state. The research used dependent variable as the income of father, income of husband, and income of wife. Okay, firstly we do the independent variable of characteristic of wife. Okay, and the wife education as well. We have four equations. Number one, if husband, okay, H stand for husband. Okay, this is income of husband. Okay, if husband type D, type I, type S, and type C, consider if husband is type D or dominant, Jamyut, the characteristic of wife is the same. This dominant is negative. See, it's negative too. The income of husband is not good, right? And if wife is influence, okay, wife influence, okay, it's good. Okay, it's good. And about the education, wife education, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have six. We have six education. We have six level. Okay? The minimum level are the best case. So we start with the high school. So the best case is secondary school. Okay? And secondary school is the best. Okay? Below is the minimum level. So high school compared to secondary school, we found that if high school, this wife generate the income of her husband less than secondary school. Okay, diploma less than secondary school, likewise bachelor and master degree. Okay, master and doctoral degree are the same. Okay, but we notice that the minus and negative, right? So how that the education affect husband income? We found that the wife should not be a high education, right? Likewise, model number 2, but we change husband in type of influence. We found that no non-cognitive skill significant, statistically significant to husband income, but the education are the same direction. If husband type of steadiness, they compatible to positive with wife is influence. Okay, Sirani and Dara, they are compatible. They are very good couple, very good match. And likewise, if husband steadiness, wife should be compliance. It should be positive to his income. Okay, and the education are the same direction. And if husband type consciousness, the wife should be a personality of dominant. ฤาษีกับจอมยุทธ they go together with good way, and or the same personality. Husband compliance, wife compliance is is negative. See, negative. Okay, positive only dominant, but compliance are the same but negative to the income and the education as well. Okay, R square in each model is 0.5, 0.2, 0.4 and 0.3. Not bad. Okay, and then this result I change dependent variable into the income of wife. Okay, and the type of wife DISC. We found that this is non-cognitive skill not significant at all. But if wife in model 2, I will go together with I. Okay, positive. Steadiness is non-significant, not sick. Okay, and finally, consciousness or compliance are compatible to dominant and steadiness. They see the education are the same direction.